We're back for the second franchise mode. Draft lottery results are in. In this episode, we are going to go through the off-season stuff, and we will jump right in to the second season. Now, if you take a look, we don't have the first pick. The trade with the Ottawa Senators that brought Alex DeBrincat to the Detroit Red Wings ends up being Ottawa's pick. They will pick 15th, where we finished just out of the playoff spot. So we were a little passive. Where are we drafting? So we have 5 picks. We're going to draft 21st from the Bruins. We're going to have a couple third-round picks, a 4th and a 5th. So let's take a look at around where we'll be drafting. Here's where they're starting out. Central scouting. Our scouts ranking some of these guys down at 20. So let's start here. Remuse. Right shot, right D. Right shooting, right winger. Hellenius, the Wings like their Swedes and their Finns. Back in size. So we got here Luke Misa, center. Could be good pick up there. Andrei Simonov, left-handed right winger. A sniper. Scout ranks him up at 16th. All right, viewing some retired players. Shea Weber retiring. Wayne Simmons, Seabrook, Justin Applicator. Goalies. Carey Price calls it a career. 362 wins, 49 shutouts. All right, so what do we have to deal with? We have Grant Simmons. He's our retiring coach. And we got Jamie Lutzer retiring. House Scouts, Carey Price, Joe Thornton, Taylor Fedwin. All right, let's get to the draft. Number 1, Tanaka. Depth forward. Went to Arizona. Sniper. All right, get to our pick. Who's those guys? So we got Misa. It's the only one that was starred that's close. Take a look again here. Center. 54 points in 64 games. Going to be ready in 3 years. All right. Anybody else? That's probably our best bet. So we're going to go with Luke Misa from the Mississauga Steelheads of the OHL. 67 overall. 83 speed. Playmaker. All right, we'll go through. Reimer, we're going to let him go. We'll roll with Husso and Lyon for this next season. We got Bloomquist as well. Please defense. Costas Bear wants to come back. Let's qualify Johansson. Sider's going to be the big one. Let's qualify New Power. See if we can get away with a nice even $5 million for Costas Bear for 3 years. Fisher, Kane doesn't want to come back. Luff, Sprong wants to return. Raymond will qualify. I like to just move some of our young talent in. Just to see what happens. 1 more year for Sprong. Kane was our best player. He wants a lot of money. Sorry, Kane. Sarnik, we need to fill out our AHL spot. Same thing with Luff. Hit the wrong button. I think we're going to let Perron go and test the free agent market. Berger will qualify. Might get him in the lineup this season. Jovelino can qualify. Qualify those guys. Defense, let's get Sider in here. What does he want? All the money? Not too bad. $6 million for 3 years. Raymond. There's the big money guy, huh? And $3 million in cap space. What's $3 million get us these days? It's not too exciting, but we're going to shove some rookies in the lineup this season. All right, we had to make a couple depth signings to fill out the roster in Grand Rapids. But here's what we got for a lineup. Larkin, Raymond, and DeBrincat, Fabry, Kopp, and throwing Nate Danielson into the Wolves. Sprong, Comfer, and Rasmussen. Berggren, Costin, Valeno on defense. You got Edvidson, Sider, Cassis, Bear, Wallman, Mata, and Petrie. You got Hall extra. We put Sherratt in the minors. We're probably to free up some cap space so we can make some sort of a move, especially at a playoff push. We're going to move Sherratt, maybe even Hall, getting close to the deadline. Maybe Mata, we'll see. But we're going to do the same thing we did last season. Do 10-game increments and check in, see where we're at. Husso and Lyon in nets. We'll see how that works out. All right, the first 10 games, the Wings start 3-5-2. DeBrincat's out till mid-December with post-concussion syndrome. Larkin's been in and out of the lineup with some groin issues. He won't be back till the 17th. We've been using the best lines feature, so our rookies are probably out of the lineup. No, look at that. Nate Danielson still kicking some butt. How about that? Nate Danielson, 6 points in 9 games. Leading the way, Raymond right there. Rasmussen, Larkin, I said, missed a handful. Soderblom in the lineup. Berggren's played. Let's see, goalies. Husso, 899 save percentage. There you go, Lyon. 909. Let's see if we can force Lyon into being the starter. Well, the Wings 5-11-4 after 20 games, riddled with injuries. Larkin still battling the groin. He is out of the lineup once again. Lucas Raymond taking over. Klim Kostin's been in and out. Tons of problems with injuries in the AHL. I doubt that Lyon stayed our starting goalie. 14 points. Kopp with 11. Valeno has 10. Danielson, that was probably the time that Larkin was back in. He was pulled out of the lineup. Soderblom getting some points. Comfort 9 points in 20 games. I don't know if we can justify $5 million. Do we trade Comfort as trade value for picks and call this season a loss? A ton more injuries over that 10-game stretch. Sider's out till January with a hip pointer. Larkin's been out. Petrie was out. Good news, Alex DeBrincat is cleared to come back. Now, the Red Wings, 24 points, 8 points out of a playoff spot. Do we make some trades or do we push with what we have? And some goals. Raymond leading the way. Kopp, Sprong. We've got Raymond leading with 13 goals. Rasmussen just not enough goal scoring. Larkin's been in and out, just 12 games. All right, Comfer, we can't keep eating that salary. 4 goals, do 30 games. So let's look at Comfer, moving him. There's our rookie starting to plateaued. All right, time to see what's on the market. Trying to make a trade to get Kempe. We're just off on value. We're going to try to add maybe a 7th rounder in next year's draft. Let's see if that goes. Oop. The 6th and the 7th. Add the item. The 6th this year. The 3rd and the 7th next year for Kempe. He's got 2 years left. We'll get out of. It's going to be a little bit more of a cap hit, but we're going to be out of 2 years on Comfer's contract. Yeah, Sherratt, he's going next. There's not much value there. So that trade is good. The new lineup with everyone getting healthy is Larkin back in the lineup on top line with DeBrincat. The coach moved Raymond over to the left wing. They have Kempe set up with Kopp and Sprong on that second line. So hopefully that gets the second line going. Got rookies with Rasmussen filling up this 4th line. That was the coach's preferred line setup. Let's see what we got on defense. Petrie and Gossesbear, Edvidson and Hall, Valeno and Mata. And I don't know why we have Valeno there, so that's interesting. It didn't call up Sherratt. So we're going to have to call up Sherratt, plug him in on defense, and then maybe we can work Valeno in on that top line, or on that 3rd line instead of Soderblom or Danielson. Let's see what we can do there. The Wings go 4-4-2 over the last 10 games. They're even farther out of a playoff spot now, 12 spots out since the trade for Kempe. Raymond's still leading the way. Let's see if the goal scoring went up, though. With DeBrincat back, Larkin's been healthy for the last 10. The team's really got to find their legs now. Kempe, since coming to Detroit, slotting in on that second line. 3 goals, 2 assists, 5 points, a point every other game. Good for a second line. The Wings go 8-2 over the next stretch of 10 games. Still in last. But look at that, only 5 points out of a playoff spot. It's paying to be healthy finally as we get through the All-Star break. There's Kempe, look at this, a good addition compared to what JT Comfer is doing. 8 goals, 9 assists, 17 points, huge. Remember, he had 5 in 10 games, so 12 points over the last 10 for Kempe in LA. Since joining LA, 4 goals, 10 assists, 14 points. So both teams benefiting from the move. Change of scenery helps everybody out. Simulated through 11 games because that got us to the trade deadline. 7th now in the Atlantic. Still 5 points out of the last playoff spot. The trade deadline. Do we go for it? 5 points out, 21 games to go. Let's be conservative buyers again. Let's make a push and see what happens. Thomas Shabbat on D. JT Miller. This is the top guys. Burns, Chitrin. He'd help out defensively. I don't know that we have any assets to nail some of these guys down. What we have, we could add. Made a trade the veteran Wheeler for Jonathan Berggren straight up, with Casper coming in next season. made that move. Couldn't get the deal done for connecting. He had too much retained salary. Boston's going to give us a couple of picks. Let's take that, because I wasn't going to re-sign Petrie. So let's take a 3rd and 4th from Boston. All right, so let's go edit our lines and get back at it. Wings playoff hopes almost all but over. 6 points out. They need to string together another 8-2, 9-1, 10 games here at the end of the season. Let's see if we can make some lineup changes. See if we can get lucky. Again, Kopp was playing good on that second line. They moved Kempe down. Well, that's what happens when you do best lines on everything. How's Blake Wheeler doing? He's kicking butt, 15 points. 11 games as a Red Wing. Kempe's he's still pushing. Should this be our top line? 40 points in 42 games. Unbelievable. Can this top line make something happen? What's Larkin up to? He's putting up good numbers. Are we getting killed just on this 3rd and 4th line? Let's see what happens. Wings making one final push. They have 3 games to make up 5 points. The Leafs have a game in hand. Won 3 straight. 4 of their last 5. Three points behind the Leafs. Got the Blue Jackets at 85. The Blue Jackets took over that last spot. So still too far out to make the playoffs with just 2 games to go. So we are just going to come up short again. And with the miss, the fans are going to question the trade for Blake Wheeler. Jonathan Berggren, a young asset. Just too many injuries early in the season to overcome. A rough go. They win out. Look at that stretch there at the end. Did what about the best they could do. The loss to the Penguins. Those 2 points would have put them 1 point out as the Leafs now look like slid right back into that spot with 87. They would have been 2 points out. Needed Boston or Winnipeg games to be in their favor. They weren't. The Maple Leafs won anyway with their game in hand. Even with a win or two, Detroit just missing the playoffs. Let's simulate through and see how this season finishes up. The Wheeler, a huge asset for the team. He got us quite a few points in his stretch. The veteran, we'll see if he sticks around or if he's going to retire. He's 38. But we're just going to simulate through. We'll follow up on everything and do the same thing for the next video. We'll go through, do all the off-season stuff, get some draft picks, see who's around. Maybe we can make a bigger splash in the free agent market. Not a lot of money. See if we can unload some of these contracts. Some players not going to be re-signed. Sherratt's not coming back. Let's see if we can unload a couple other of those defense contracts. Maybe we'll shove some more rookies in. Mixed with some vets. We'll get the rookies in and see what they can do. That's all for this episode. We'll see you next time.